Hello, Dr. T. Sandra. The requestment. In relation to the third subject of the formula, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once upon a time, in relation to Dr. T, it is the co-finder to execute itself into law to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1 F215 by the border, the third moon will switch off to the mode of the Anana. In that day, it is 10324. Some of this texting has been completed, but the mark in relation to the door to heaven based upon the machine, it will allay itself into the third performance. The third performance is Network 521 by the board of the fifth moon to develop the first technology. In that day, it is the Tashkemang. The Tashkemang is a lawyer of 3 on 1, 5 on 1, and 4 on 1 by the border. The fifth moon will develop the third technology. 2 years, 10 years, 5 years, C years, letter C, explication. Explication is the coconut. The border of the fifth moon will develop the third technology in that way. The electron will mark itself into the co-function. I will be patient for my lava lamp. I'm not in a hurry for that one. I will help people, I will help local businesses to understand the concept of art based upon the internet. In that way, it is the co-finder. The execution of law based upon the last message of compound to position itself into the acceptance is the oil wave in the machine. If the oil wave is 3 on 1, 12 on 1, and 4 on 1 by the border, the third moon will switch off to the mode of the artificial intellectual copy tissue. In that day, it is 10324. Relaxation will help you guys to understand the concept of art. I relax, always take a nap, and stuff like that, because the thinking pattern is a maintenance of the border of the fifth moon to develop the third technology. Collecting things will help you to understand the concept of art based upon the element of design for the protocol. Each protocol and gods will help you to understand the concept of art based upon the retimer to execute itself into law to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 1 F215 by the border, the fifth moon will develop the third technology. In that day, it is 10325. The border of the fifth moon will develop the third technology. In that way, it is the co-finder. The execution of law based upon the last message of compound will position itself into the acceptance. The brain power by Yoda is the maximum number of the Tashkemang. The Tashkemang is a lawyer of 3 on 1, 12 on 1, and 4 on 1 by the border. The fifth moon will develop the third technology. In that day, it is my brother Thanh Cao. The work of the clientele will work out the ball of 114349 for the thick economy. Okay, here is a simple thing. Government, businesses. I collect things I cannot afford, but I will help you guys to understand the economy so that you will make more profit and sales. Whatever I collect, I will describe the post description of the maximum number of money to know how to intercool the first technology. In that day, it is 3.9.2.6.1.12.5. In the co-function of the piranha, it will listen out the door to heaven based upon the machine. If the machine is Bell 2 F315 by the border, the third moon will switch off to the Anana. In the doll, it is the co-finder. Each doll will co-find itself into the law to heaven based upon the area. The area is 06, 05, 09, 02 by the border of the fifth moon to develop the third technology. In that day, it is 10325. The border of the fifth moon will develop the needed in relation to Sir Funk. The equilibrium to share the network of one is the oil wave in the machine. If the machine is Bell 2 F315 by the border, the thick moon will develop the third technology. My mum Gui Kao, in relation to the third development of technology, The ingredients is 3CF315, letter C. The maximum number of oil will manifest itself into the alien to investigate the formula, because in this way it is the spirit of the moon to develop the first technology for the position of the army. In each sector, it is the river to the Nile for Moses to Instagram the first interlude. The interlude of the first technology will position itself into the acceptance. Once upon a time, this is Mars. The equilibrium to share the network of one is the oil wave in the machine. The machine is spelled to F215 by the border. The thick moon will develop the third technology, and in that day it is 10324. Traveling, driving, doing stuff will tire you out. You got to relax.